Numerical expressions in SQL are very similar to numerical expressions in Python. Expressions can contain function calls to built-in functions. They can also use arithmetic operators, such as plus and minus and times. Now, these can occur in any expression within a select statement. There's a where expression, there's an order by expression, and within the columns description, which is a comma-separated list, there are expressions there as well. And in all of these expressions, you can add, subtract, multiply, etc. You can take the absolute value, or round a number, or negate it. You can compare different values together. One thing to note is that there are two different ways of expressing not equals in SQL. One looks like that, one looks like that. Equality is expressed with a single equals. And why not? There's no notion of assignment in what we're doing. So the single equals isn't used for anything else. Just to get warmed up for the day, let's do some examples. So let's say I have a table of cities with their latitude, longitude, and name: Berkeley, Cambridge, Minneapolis, San Diego, Miami, and the North Pole isn't really a city, but we'll go with it anyway. If I want, I can say select name from cities where the latitude is greater than or equal to 43. Now 43 is pretty northern. Norther than that, you start getting to pretty cold places. So if we wanted to give a name for this select statement, I would probably call it cold. So if I start SQLite, initializing with this file, I've loaded those resources, and I can select name from cold and find that Minneapolis and the North Pole are both cold. But that's not every place that's cold. Chicago is also cold. So I can use a union in order to get Minneapolis, North Pole, and Chicago all in one table. Now what about arithmetic? Well, let's say I want to compute the north-south distance between cities. North and south really matters because that affects climate more than east and west. Well, I'd say something like create table distances as selecting the names of two cities. Let's call this first and this second. And then what we want to select is some expression that computes the number of nautical miles north that you have to go to get to the second city from the first city. There are 16 nautical miles in a degree of latitude, and we have the latitude degrees right here. So I could say 60 times the difference between b dot latitude and a dot latitude. And we'll call that the distance. Now, we have our column descriptions, but we still have to say what we're selecting from. We've referred to A and B so far. Those are different versions of the cities table, which we have to join with itself in order to compute the latitude difference among two different cities. Cities as A joined with cities as B. So now, let's say I'm in Minneapolis, and I think I want to get somewhere far away from here. I would say select the second from distances, where first is Minneapolis, and we want to order the results by the distance. So a negative distance will come first, and that means going south as far as possible. People from Minneapolis really like to go to Miami and San Diego, not so much the North Pole. So here's an expression that does some sort of manipulation of numerical values, and that's very typical in a SQL expression.